Welcome to an automated reading from the Dynamics podcast. In this episode, overview of Dynamics 365 Finance 2021 Release Wave 1. Disclaimer: this document is changed to fit this format and might contain deviations from the complete release notes. Please refer to the full release notes on roadmap.dynamics.com for the entire story and more. Let's get on with the show. Dynamics 365 Finance continues to lead in bringing in intelligence and automation to our users. This release brings our intelligent cash flow offering to public preview with automation based on predictive results. Users experience out-of-the-box machine learning for their financial operations, including viewing when customers are predicted to pay, forecasting what the budget should be, and viewing forecasted cash positions based on actual accounts payable, accounts receivable, and project transactions, and predicted outcomes. Automation based on predictions around collections enhances a business's strategy to influence positive incoming cash flow even further. What's new and planned for Dynamics 365 Finance? This topic lists features that are planned to release from April 2021 through September 2021. Because this topic lists features that may not have released yet, delivery timelines may change and projected functionality may not be released. For more information, go to Microsoft Policy. New features for Core Financials. This release in Core Finance is focused on incorporating capabilities into the cash flow forecast and continuous enhancements across all financial areas. New feature: Cash flow forecasting, project integration. Public preview, February 2021. General availability, April 2021. Using a project forecast model, costs that were forecasted in project management and accounting now are shown in the cash flow forecast that's available in cash and bank management. This information helps generate a more complete cash flow forecast because predictable project costs and revenues are included. Projects that use a forecast model for cost and revenue estimates can be included in the cash flow forecasting capability in cash and bank management. Once the forecast model is selected in cash flow forecast setup, the forecasted costs and revenues are included when viewing the Cash Overview Current Company Workspace or the Cash Overview All Companies Workspace in cash and bank management. The project types and cost transaction types to include can be specified when you set up the cash flow forecast. New topic: Finance Insights. Finance Insights accelerates your digital transformation by bringing the power of AI into your finance processes. As organizations look to make decisions rapidly, reduce risk, and focus on strategic initiatives, it is critical to free finance from repetitive, time-consuming, and low-value daily activities. Leveraging the power of AI, Finance Insights enables you to not only quickly understand and act on your company's cash position, but also to take proactive action to improve it. Menial tasks are automated or removed, the barrier of developing or hiring AI expertise is bypassed, and you're left with insights to move your business forward. In 2021 Release Wave 1, Dynamics 365 Finance provides configurable and extensible models to help you accurately and intelligently predict your company's cash flow. Customer payment predictions show which customers you can expect to pay on time or late, and what factors are contributing to that prediction. Using your cash in and out, including budget and external data, you can view a forecasted bank balance and cash flow over time. New feature: Customer payment predictions. Public preview, April 2021. Knowing when all of a customer's outstanding invoices are likely to be paid, as well as predictions of when specific invoices are likely to be paid, can help business optimize the start of collection activities. Customer payment predictions helps answer and respond constructively to the following questions. When will an invoice or sales order be paid? Which customers will pay on time or late? What invoices or orders will they pay? New feature, Forecast Bank Balance. Public preview, April 2021. The cash flow forecasting capability in Finance Insights can help companies monitor and manage their cash balances effectively. It can also help managers make decisions that optimize opportunities in the context of their current cash position. Forecasts of bank balances will be based on recurring activities, as well as information from customer payment and vendor payments. The bank balance forecasts help treasurers more accurately understand the availability of funds at specific times. New feature, Intelligent Budget Proposal Public Preview, April 2021. Organizations spend a large amount of time and resources in preparing their budgets, much of which is repetitive low-value-added effort. Additional work is needed to prepare line-by-line budgets for each department. Intelligent Budget Proposal makes it easy to gather historical data from actuals or budgets to use for budgeting within Dynamics 365 Finance. The feature uses that data to generate a new budget that can be further refined by staff who possess knowledge and insights that might not be present in historical data. The Intelligent Budget Proposal feature lets you create a draft budget automatically, but with a high degree of confidence from the use of historical data. New feature, External Data for Cash Flow Forecasting. Public preview, April 2021. External data can be entered or imported into cash flow forecasts, which helps improve the accuracy of forecasts by including a broader data set in the machine learning prediction model. This feature lets you include external data in cash flow forecasting. It brings the capability to import external data from supporting systems into the cash flow engine to improve the accuracy of cash flow forecasting. New feature, Treasurer Workspace. Public preview, April 2021. The cash flow forecasting capability in Finance Insights can help companies monitor and manage their cash balances effectively. This feature adds a new workspace that includes all necessary elements for completing the analysis and activities that treasurers need to successfully manage their organization's cash. New topic, Globalization. Side note, for the purpose of this podcast we will not go into country-specific features, but will focus on the generic features which also covers the new tax engine, new features to business documents, and the localization portal. For the full picture, please go to dynamics.com and read the full release notes. Countries with specific functionality for this release includes Czech Republic, Egypt, Italy, and Lithuania. To run operations globally, businesses must meet complex, country-specific globalization requirements in the areas of tax, e-invoicing, auditing, regulatory reporting, banking, business document layout, and so on. Some of these are legally required in certain countries or regions, and some of them are adopted based on local business practices. Local governments or tax authorities frequently change these requirements, often with very tight law enforcement dates. Our globalization investments for Dynamics 365 Finance, Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management, Dynamics 365 Project Operations, and Dynamics 365 Commerce focus on three key areas. We constantly monitor legislation changes in the out-of-the-box countries and regions and ship regulatory updates for these changes per government deadlines. Customers and partners can track the upcoming and released regulatory updates in LCS Issue Search. They also can join the LCS Alert Service community to see what legislation change alerts are coming and submit their own alerts. We are extending the out-of-the-box country and region coverage and enhance the localization functionality for existing countries and regions. Our globalization ISVs extend our global coverage even further by creating and publishing their localization solutions at AppSource. Currently, We have over 40 ISV localization solutions published at AppSource for Dynamics 365 Finance, Supply Chain Management, Project Operations, and Commerce. We are enhancing our low-code configurable globalization tools and services to further reduce the complexity of meeting the constantly changing regulatory and local requirements in multiple countries and regions. Customers and partners use these tools and services to extend out-of-the-box country and region localizations and created more than 13,000 custom features for over 120 countries. In 2021 release Wave 1, we focused on delivering localizations for Egypt. That extended the number of out-of-the-box countries and regions to 43, and the number of languages to 48. We shipped the general availability version of Electronic Invoicing add-on for Dynamics 365, which is the first configurable globalization microservice that extends the capabilities existing in finance, commerce, supply chain management, and project operations and provides better scalability, agility to align with changing legal requirements, and consistent experience across the growing number of countries and regions demanding e-invoicing 60+, as well as business-to-business scenarios. We also released several features highly requested at the Ideas portal in the areas of tax, invoicing, and configurable business documents. New feature, Invoicing extending chronological invoice and voucher numbers general availability, April 2021. This feature allows you to meet the legal requirements regarding documents numbers chronology in more countries and regions. This feature also adds more flexibility in numbers sequence configuration for additional modules. You can configure period-effective number sequence groups for available document references and link them to specific number sequences. Then, a proper number sequence group will be automatically identified when creating related documents depending on document states. This was submitted via our Idea portal, and is now on the roadmap. Thank you for the contribution. New feature, Invoicing, enhanced invoice date control. General availability, April 2021. The feature realizes the possibility of additional control of invoice dates before posting to tighten internal audit procedures. Additionally, this feature helps prevent manual mistakes during invoices registration, and correct any mistakes, if made. You can select to block or permit unallowed invoices to be entered, or to enter the invoices anyway when a special reason is defined. New feature, Configurable business documents, preview support for print management. Public preview, February 2021. General availability, April 2021. For configurable business documents, the user can define the destinations for different print management actions. This means that the scenario preview print original can be used for a preview, and previewed print use print management can be used for email and printing. New feature, Electronic Invoicing add-on for Dynamics 365 a general availability. Public preview, April 2021. Operational complexity and risk continue to intensify as organizations grow globally and expand their footprints across regions. Maintaining compliance and adapting to frequently changing regulations is a growing challenge, and is particularly important when it comes to invoicing. Invoicing has traditionally been expensive and prone to errors as companies rely on paper documents and manually intensive processes. However, to reduce costs and speed up the end-to-end process, organizations have begun to move away from paper invoices. Moreover, governments are increasingly turning to electronic invoicing as a key component of tax digitalization. By requiring organizations to digitally submit real-time tax information to tax authorities, governments are able to minimize tax evasion and manipulation, and reduce fraud. Whether you are in the public or private sector, electronic invoicing is growing in importance, and the world is shifting to paperless document processing. Without implementing electronic invoicing, you risk compliance issues, unnecessary costs, and lagging behind your competitors. You can use the electronic invoicing add-on when you create and send electronic documents. The configurability options available in Dynamics 365 Finance and Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management are limited to document transformation. The add-on extends these options by adding configurable integrations. Planned feature highlights. Out-of-the-box integration with Dynamics 365 Finance, Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management, Dynamics 365 Project Operations, and Dynamics 365 Commerce. Consistent user experience for the configuration and monitoring of the e-invoice process for all countries and regions. Faster, easier, and less expensive adoption of electronic invoicing solutions. Configuration of the service through the Regulatory Configuration Service, RCS, and Globalization feature setup. Transformation of business data into multiple e-invoice formats, XML, JavaScript object notation, JSON, text, and comma-separated values, CSV, by using configurations that are defined in RCS. Electronic reporting formats that are available for countries or regions where the configurability for e-invoice transformation wasn't available. Configurable submission of e-invoices to external web services, including certification handling through digital signatures. Built-in, easily extendable, and configurable integration with additional content for several countries or regions. Handling of responses from web services, including configurable exception message handling. Support for electronic signatures of, for example, by using the XML ESIG signing algorithm. Batch processing of e-invoice messages. New feature, tax service. Public preview, April 2021. Tax service is a configurable globalization microservice that enhances the tax determination and calculation capabilities in Dynamics 365 Finance, Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management, and Dynamics 365 Project Operations. It provides a flexible tax determination matrix and configurable tax calculation designer to comply with local tax regulations. Feature details will cover the following. Out-of-the-box integration with Dynamics 365 Finance, Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management, and Dynamics 365 Project Operations. Configuration of tax service through the Regulatory Configuration Service at RCS, which is an enhanced version of the Electronic Reporting Designer available as a standalone service. Configurable tax matrix to automatically determine tax codes and rates. Configurable tax matrix to automatically determine VAT, i.e. Configurable tax calculation designer to define formulas and conditions. Shared tax determination and calculation solution across legal entities. New feature, supporting multiple VAT, i.e. for tax service. Public preview, April 2021. Tax service is a configurable globalization microservice that enhances the tax determination and calculation capabilities in Dynamics 365 Finance, Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management, and Dynamics 365 Project Operations. It provides a flexible tax determination matrix and configurable tax calculation designer to comply with local tax regulations. This feature is part of the tax service to support multiple VAT, i.e. determination for a single legal entity and its counterparties. Feature details. Maintain multiple VTIDs under one single legal entity. Maintain multiple VTIDs under one single customer or vendor. Auto-determine the correct legal entity VTIDs on transactions. Auto-determine the correct counterparty VTIDs on transactions. This feature was created based on suggestion on our ideas portal. Thank you. New feature, supporting tax in transfer order for tax service. Public preview, April 2021. Tax service is a configurable globalization microservice that enhances the tax determination and calculation capabilities in Dynamics 365 Finance, Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management, and Dynamics 365 Project Operations. Tax service provides a flexible tax determination matrix and configurable tax calculation designer to comply with local tax regulations. This feature is part of the tax service to support indirect tax determination, calculation, posting, and settlement on inventory transfer order transactions leveraging tax service capabilities. Feature details. Indirect tax determination, calculation, and posting support for shipping transfer orders. Indirect tax determination, calculation, and posting support for receiving transfer orders. Indirect tax settlement support for transfer order transactions. VAT i.e. determination support for shipping transfer orders. VAT i.e. determination support for receiving transfer orders. This feature was created based on suggestion on our ideas portal. Thank you. New feature, enhanced global withholding tax. General availability, April 2021. Tax withholding is a requirement in a number of countries. We've enhanced the process for determining the need for withholding tax, and its calculation, posting, and settlement. The global withholding tax enhancements include the following. Item withholding tax group, a WHE online level, 4 accounts payable. Withholding tax payment. Withholding tax in accounts receivable. Threshold on invoice amount. Withholding tax calculation for miscellaneous charges. Invoice amount to be paid in withholding currency. Withholding tax payment against vendor account of tax authority. New feature using packing slip date as tax calculation date for tax. General availability, April 2021. Many countries or regions have frequent tax rate changes, and the tax rate in the system should correctly reflect this change based on when goods were shipped. This feature can help customers get the correct tax rate. Currently, there are 3 date options to determine tax rate. This feature provides a 4th date option. Document date. Invoice date. Delivery date. Packing slip date in new option. When a packing slip is generated for a sales order line, users can select the packing slip date on the document, and system will use this date to retrieve the tax rate in the tax code value table. This feature was suggested by our community on our ideas portal. Thank you for the feedback. New feature, configurable business documents, additional barcode type support public preview, February 2021. General availability, April 2021. The list of supported barcodes for the barcode data source in configurable business documents was extended with Intelligent Mail Barcode (IMB). New feature, Regulatory Configuration Service, Simplified Globalization Feature Management for Globalization Services. General availability, April 2021. Currently, users of the electronic invoicing add-on and tax service need to configure several components to set up these services. To simplify this, we have developed globalization feature functionality that supports packaging related artifacts into a bundle that can be deployed to the electronic invoicing add-on and tax service directly from Regulatory Configuration Service (RCS). As part of this 2021 release wave, the Globalization feature functionality is generally available and supports the following capabilities for users of Electronic Invoicing add-on and tax service. Discover and access Microsoft-produced Globalization features. Review and configure related feature components including electronic reporting format configurations, processing actions, and corresponding feature setup. Centrally store and share Globalization features across the organization. Deploy the configured Globalization feature to use in the Globalization services and connected application environments direct from RCS. New feature, Regulatory Configuration Service expanded regional coverage to Europe. General availability, April 2021. This regional expansion allows customers in different countries and regions to meet local data residency requirements and use the additional benefits of the Regulatory Configuration Service (RCS) instead of relying on the configuration designers built into Dynamics 365 Finance, which has limited functionality. As part of the ongoing enhancements to RCS, the breadth of regional coverage where RCS environments can be deployed is being expanded. When undertaking the initial service sign-up, the system administrator can select to have the RCS environments deployed in the existing supported regions, or they can select to deploy the instance in the newly supported regions. RCS environments can be deployed in the following countries or regions. United States, already available. India are already available. France are already available. Europe are newer. As part of the RCS provisioning flow, you can select the data center that is geographically located where your environment will be provisioned. This concludes the part of the release wave document covering Dynamics 365 Finance. Please subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel. Thank you.